You yearn for horizons unexplored, for fellowship and purpose, for a cause worth dying for. To you, we can promise magic.
Guys, we might unironically be back with Guild Wars 3 being announced a couple of days ago. In all honesty, it sparked some hope in me, you know, to be somewhat optimistic about the future of MMOs. ArenaNet and Guild Wars 2 is always going to be the combo of MMO and developer that I will glaze, right? You know, not because it's perfect, but I feel like in the current space of MMORPGs, it is the most balanced in terms of its problems and what it does right. And with the death of Ashes of Creation, New World, Throne and Liberty, Ion 2, and probably a couple more modern MMORPGs, this announcement is probably one of the only few things that we have to look forward to. And I know you're probably saying copium, right? Face, what are you doing? But let's take a look at ArenaNet and what they've done with Guild Wars 2 real quick. So they managed to launch Guild Wars 2 in 2012, right? This was when World of Warcraft released the Mist of Pandaria expansion as well. And you could argue that this was when World of Warcraft was probably falling apart too. But the fact is, 14 years later, Guild Wars 2 is still a strong and active MMORPG. Not only that, the monetization for the game is probably the best out there in any MMO right now, right? It's buy to play, the premium currency can be earned with in-game currency, and the cash shop is predominantly actually just cosmetics and convenience items. And by convenience items, I genuinely mean convenience, not a necessity that's been marketed as convenience. You know, I'm looking at you, BDO, and your pet system. And it is confirmed that they will be following this monetization system in Guild Wars 3, right? Colin said himself that there's going to be no sub fee, it's going to be a buy-to-play game, and there's going to be no battle pass, which is basically subscriptions 2.0.
I think there's become a modern version of the subscription that we've seen evolve over the last few years, and even longer than that, in battle passes and paid battle passes, where it's basically a subscription kind of hidden and wrapped with other stuff around it. And I think we've challenged ourselves to ask the same question: can we make a game like this that doesn't have a subscription fee and doesn't have a battle pass fee buried in it as well? Because we think players are sick of those two. And so this will be a game, you can buy it, you can play it as much or as little as you want. We will respect our players' time, and if they love it, we'll have other stuff that they can buy from us in the future, but we're not going to hold their time hostage, and we want them to be able to go play other games. And hopefully, I would highly recommend they should go check out Guild Wars 2 and Guild Wars 1, because we just announced this weekend that we're going to keep supporting those far into the future as well.
If this was any other developer coming out saying, oh, we're going to be developing a new MMO, right? Sure, I get it. Be skeptical, you know? If it's a Korean dev saying, oh, we've got another MMO coming out for you guys, yeah, be 100% skeptical. But it is ArenaNet, you know? They've got the games out there that you can play right now yourself to see what they've done. So the chances of Guild Wars 3 being a quick cash grab rug pull MMO is basically zero. And the fact that they've got an open beta ready to be played by fall 2027 is insane, right? Usually MMOs come out saying, oh yeah, we're developing an MMO, and then they've got, what, 5 years still before you can actually try the game. Like, guys, we only have to wait 1 year. So there's hope. There is genuine hope out there. And on top of that, they've confirmed that even though they're going to be making a new MMO, guys, they're not going to abandon Guild Wars 1 or 2. In fact, they're going to be continuing to work on all 3 games simultaneously, which is great to hear, right? Because if you've dumped thousands of hours into Guild Wars 2 like I have, all your effort isn't going to go down the toilet when Guild Wars 3 comes out.
I want you all to know our studio is committed to actively developing Guild Wars Reforged and Guild Wars 2 for many years to come. We are not replacing your favorite games. We'll be supporting them.
However, this does raise some skepticism because Guild Wars 2 has had some, I guess, content droughts, right? Especially in its world versus world game mode. I feel like that part's been neglected for so long now, as MMOs tend to do. They did confirm, however, that they are going to make a new world versus world map for Guild Wars 2, which is insane because the last time we got a new map was all the way back in 2015. So that was 11 years ago since we got a new map. Now, you can give them the benefit of the doubt and say that, you know, they allocated dev resources into making Guild Wars 3. That's why areas of Guild Wars 2 have taken a hit. You know, similar to how Crimson Desert was, I guess, the main focus of Pearl Abyss. So Black Desert ended up taking a massive hit. But now that Crimson Desert's been released, you know, we're seeing some more love being shown to BDO. And we're probably going to see a couple more exciting news in the Heidel Ball event coming soon. Now, not to glaze them even more, but it honestly does just feel like ArenaNet is one of the very few companies that make MMOs that still genuinely care and have like that passion for MMOs, right? They're not completely driven solely by money, which in this day and age it's amazing to see. The fact that ArenaNet is willing to revive a 21-year-old game that is Guild Wars 1 and release new content for it and just actively start developing it again, it's great to see, and you can't help but, you know, give praise, give flowers to ArenaNet for doing such a thing, especially in the MMO scene, right? Where every MMO is riddled with microtransactions, and it's just very refreshing to see. So that's why I have like such high hopes for Guild Wars 3, and it's why I'm like even remotely excited for it, right? Now, am I saying Guild Wars 3 is gonna be the perfect MMO? No, of course not. In fact, I actually think the art style that they've shown in the trailer is a bit it feels very Fortnite-y. I don't know if you guys agree, but like it feels almost like their Unity assets. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm trying to say, but you know, it feels very doughy, kind of claymation Disney type of vibe. Now, this could just be the art style that they're using for the trailer, and the game might not actually look like this, so we're just gonna have to wait and see. But really and truly, personally, for me, the art style doesn't really matter all that much, you know, as long as the gameplay is good, systems are good, PvP is good, the monetization isn't scummy, like, I couldn't really care less about how beautiful the game looks, you know, because I've been playing Lord of the Rings online with my girlfriend for like the last couple months, and I've been having a blast with that game. You know, I love World of Warcraft's classic style. Graphics aren't really that big of a deciding factor for me. But yeah, that is my first video back after taking a break for like a year and a half. I've been making content about other things that I've been doing in real life, but you know, I do miss making gaming content. I had a ton of fun when I was doing this. So yeah, and now that MMOs are kind of, you know, there's hope for the foreseeable future, I am going to be covering quite a bit of MMO stuff here and there. Right now, I'm really enjoying Guild Wars 2, so I have a couple videos planned for Guild Wars. But I've been playing Black Desert as well quite recently. So if you guys want more MMO content, leave a like, subscribe, share it with your nan, your uncle, whoever. I also stream live on Twitch on the screen right now. It's also going to be in the description down below. Follow me on there if you want to catch me live. I'll just be hanging out, playing MMOs, just chilling. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you are hyped for Guild Wars 3, if you are hyped for MMOs, you know, are we back or are we still dooming about MMOs? Let me know what you think. But for now, peace out, Girl Scouts.